Hello and welcome back to my channel, Thrifty Day. My name is Leah. I'm the creator behind Thrifty Day. Today's episode is going to be a flip through of my very upcycled old book junk journal collection. These journals are for my meetup that is coming this Saturday. I'm so excited to give them to them. I also want to give you all a sneak peek, so let's take a look. Hello, friends. Well, as you can see, I have a whole bunch of journals here. I just finished them and I just wanted to share them with you. They are all made from old books. And I know I have made journals out of old books before. In fact, I even have an entire tutorial that I'll link down below that you can follow to make a similar one. These books are really special because all of these books at one point or another were actually headed for the trash. I go to a lot of used bookstores, and in many cases, these sorts of books that are very damaged or the pages are falling out, or frankly, they just can't move them, they head to the trash and they can't be recycled. Most of the time, the glue is not recyclable. The ink is not recyclable. There are many different factors, and almost always covers are not recyclable. So especially when the covers are beautiful like this, I keep them. I save them. I'm giving them, they give them to me for free, essentially, for the most part. And I just sort of hoard them. I'm not going to lie. But as somebody who loves books so much, I just can't see really neat covers like this go to waste. And I've always said, I really want to do a collection. Well, I finally did it. And this collection is very special because it's actually for the meetup that I have planned this Saturday, April 6th. It is going to be during Dapper Day here in Southern California at the Disneyland Resort. There is still time to come. So if you are from Southern California, we would love to have you. We are going to be going to the expo together and hanging out. And everyone is bringing some goodies. And the goodies that I am bringing for everyone are going to be these upcycled journals. So yes, are they a little rough? Yes. Are they imperfect? Also yes. But are they made with a lot of love? 100%. And they are made with mostly scrap pages, scrap fabric, and old book pages in the covers. So let me give you a flip through of a few of them and I'll show you my favorites. All right, so here are the covers. This one is Dumbo. How cute is that vintage book page? They are all real, genuine vintage book pages. There are no copies. So that is Dumbo. This one may be my favorite. It is Vintage Snow White, and this is from A Wonderful World of Reading book. I absolutely love it. I love, love, love everything about this journal. It's so eclectic. The colors are just completely almost clashing, and I have to tell you, I absolutely love it. I love the size of this one. It is a very vintage Bambi with his mom. So I love, love, love this one. Great size. I have a couple different Alice in Wonderland, and this is one of them. Very great little yellow book. This is a really fun one, Mary Poppins. Actually, this is the very first one I made in this collection. This is another personal favorite. Most of them have vintage fabric, not all of them, but this is one of my favorite vintage fabrics, and I love this book. I love everything about it. And Tinkerbell is on the front, so that one's really cute too. I don't know if you can tell, but Snow White is definitely one of my favorites. So this is another Snow White, and I love, love, love this vintage image. And that is very vintage fabric on the spine as well. And this one with vintage fabric and a Dalmatian on the front actually is a rival for my favorite too. I love that there's like embossed words on the cover. I love how kind of grungy the cover is. I love everything about this journal too. So Dalmatians. Here is my first Cinderella. I actually have two Cinderellas, but I really love this one. I think it's really sweet. The colors are really pretty. Here is Thumper. I love this one. This is the cover I was showing in the intro. I really love it. I think it's really kind of just very special. Even though it's super grungy, I don't care. I still love it. This one's really fun, very bright and eclectic, Donald Duck. And I love the little compact size. This would probably be a great travel journal. This is super 70s in my opinion. I absolutely love it. The vintage is not fabric, but I think it's very interesting. And the image obviously is very vintage. And that is Snow White after she is poisoned with the poison apple. This is Cinderella and Prince Charming. Again, I love when there's like embossing on the cover, and it just makes it a little more interesting. So I really like this one. Here is Peter Pan. I couldn't have a Tinkerbell without Peter Pan, so I was excited to use that image on a cover. And this is the last one. It is The Queen of Hearts with Alice in Wonderland, and it's sort of a two-tone book, which was very interesting, and I really liked that. So I'm actually just going to flip through a few because since these are for my meetup and not necessarily for a drop of any kind, I just wanted to give you an idea of what was inside. How cute is all of that? Just the cutest little advertising, very vintage. It was from a comic book. A lot of these pages were scraps or pages that were sort of just didn't really go anywhere else, and I of course keep them. There's not a lot of interactive qualities to these. There are pockets, lots of pretty double-sided paper, but for the most part I just used what I had. I was careful not to buy anything. This is vintage ledger paper, vintage book pages. How sweet is that? And they are not really themed in any way, meaning there aren't Peter Pan pages in the Tinkerbell journal. There's Snow White, there's classic vintage Mickey, there's Walt Disney, there's vintage advertising, and I did that intentionally. I wanted these to be extremely eclectic, and I think I accomplished that. More vintage paper, a paper bag. There's another vintage Snow White book page. So I was careful to just sort of really use what I had. There was only one thing I bought for this entire collection, and it was some rickrack. Some of it I already had and some of it I didn't, but I didn't realize how short I was as I sort of progressed in the process of completing these journals. So that was the only thing I purchased in order to complete these journals. And that was something that made me very happy because I was able to use what I had and make a really fun product. So that is Tink, and I will do a few more. Let's go through my favorite one. This cover is so old. I want to say it was from like 1910 or something like that. I can't remember now. There weren't a lot of pages in it, and it's embossed on the cover. I had to do a lot of cleaning because it was very discolored, but I'm really happy with how it looks actually. And I love that image. And Snow White just happens to be in there. Sometimes I did match up the books, but for the most part I didn't. And this is from an old like Disneyland book that had a lot of pictures of Walt Disney. So since the meetup is during Dapper Day at Disneyland, I did try to add a lot of sort of vintage Disney elements just to make them a little bit more special. And since I'll be giving them to my friends who are coming to meet for this meetup as gifts, I thought that it would be fun for them to be very vintage Disney themed since Dapper Day has a very vintage sort of quality and it's really fun. If anyone was wondering what Dapper Day is, I will be sure to link their website and their Instagram down below so you can get an idea of what Dapper Day is at Disneyland. Oh, that's really neat. It's Walt Disney. Isn't that cool? It's a really fun event that is put on at the Disneyland Hotel. There's an expo, there is shopping, there's entertainment. I want to say there's food and things like that as well. So I have gone a couple previous years, and so I haven't been back since COVID. So it will be interesting to see how or if it has changed, and I'm excited to just go experience it again, especially with fun journal friends. How cute is that thumper? Oh, I just can't. Adorable. Yeah, so just lots of very vintage pages in there. It's going to be really fun because at Dapper Day this year, that's actually Walt Disney's back. Baker Marionettes, who you know I also love very much here in LA, will also have a booth at Dapper Day. So I'm so excited because puppets will be there. So it's like a twofer, guys. If you wanted to come have a little bit of fun at Dapper Day and also see some puppets, the legendary Bob Baker Marionettes will also be there. So that's really fun. Oh my gosh, look at Lucifer. Fun fact, my very first cat that we rescued was named Lucifer, and my goodness, he lived up to his name. But we called him Rusey, just like in the cartoon. Isn't that a sweet image? He was just such a little turkey, but honestly, one of the best cats I've ever had. I loved him so much. He lived to be quite old, my big old guy. So all of this is scrap fabric as well from a different journal collection that I had just completed. I was careful to save all the scraps because I knew I wanted to make ruffles for all of these journals. So it was fun to just sort of mix and match. So those fabrics don't always match perfectly, but oh, look at that. Looks like a puppet, a Pinocchio puppet. Oh, that's so neat. Anyway, so I was very careful to save all of those fabric scraps. And like I said, everything in these journals are very, very eclectic. So they may not match perfectly, but they sure add a lot of fun and a lot of character. I have to do a flip through of the Dalmatian one because I love it so much. I just think it looks like, when I imagined this collection, this is sort of what I imagined. Really sort of tatty and grungy and misplaced and odd colors, and this is what I imagined. So I kind of love it. And there's Snow White with the castle inside. That's so cute. And look at these little images on that page too, are really pretty. And also, I apologize for the light. I'm doing this during the daylight. I'm not sure why. Pinocchio as a donkey is my absolute favorite, by the way, in case anybody was wondering. Look at how cute that is. So I'm not sure why the light is so wonky right now, but it most definitely is, so whatever. And a fun fact about all of the lined paper, I was actually careful to add extra lined paper because we all thought it would be fun to write in each other's journals during the meetup. But these are all from my composition books that I make. I usually remove some of the pages because I add my own into my monthly, well, bi-monthly composition book junk journals, and I save them, and so I put them in here. So that was really fun because I'm obviously not going to just throw away perfectly good lined paper. So I'm so glad I saved it because I really had a great purpose for it in these journals. More of that vintage paper, more Pinocchio. Pinocchio is one of my faves. And this page was ripped, and I ordinarily wouldn't probably include a very ripped page like this in a journal. I didn't even tape it. It actually came taped. But since these were sort of very upcycle-y, how cute is that circus? Had an upcycled vibe, I thought it was fine. And I actually just thought it added to the character, which is fun. So just lots of eclectic pages, lots of vintage Disney, lots of old junky pages. And I think these can be really inspiring, and they'll be really fun to continue to use and grow, which is always fun. So, oh, there's Huey, Dewey, and Louie. How cute is that? Yeah, so this is definitely one of my favorites. Alrighty, I think I'll just do one more because I think y'all got the gist of it. But oh, look at how sweet that is, Walt Disney. I just wanted to give you an idea. They're all pretty similar, very, very similar as a matter of fact, but I thought it would be fun to give you a peek. This is going to be the first meetup of hopefully many more. This one has been very well received. We're having a lot of fun chatting about it. Oh, look at how cute is that? So I do hope to do another one very soon. One of the friends who's coming to the meetup had a great idea. She said, why don't you go to Highland Park and we can do some stationery shopping. And I also thought it would be fun if we maybe saw a Bob Baker show together and did a journal meetup and then did some shopping after. So I have lots of plans to do more. So if you can't make this one, no worries. We will find a way to continue to meet up and have fun. I also will be live that day, Walt Disney. So if you were interested in being part of those lives, be sure to follow me both here on YouTube and on my other social media platforms because there'll be more information about my lives. So be sure to check me out on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok, and keep an eye here on YouTube because I would love to have you be a part of our lives so you can experience and just see some of the fun that we're having. So if I did not flip through one that you were hoping to see, please leave a comment down below. I can make a short and post that in the coming days so that you can see. I just didn't want to bore y'all too much by showing you so many journals. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to hit the like button. And every time you do that, it helps my channel out a little bit, and I do a little happy dance. So if that means anything to you. Also, if you're new, be sure to say hello. I would love to chat and get acquainted. These past few weeks have been absolutely bonkers for me, but I do my best to go through and connect and chat with you in the comments because that is, to me, something that's very important, is building community and connecting on my platforms. So I just want to thank all of you for being here. I hope you love these. Comment down below and let me know which one was your favorite. And also let me know if you would be interested in being a part of future meetups. So I am going to let y'all go now. I hope to see you all in person or even as part of the lives next Saturday, April 6th. We're meeting at noon. And so our lives will start sometime after that. So thank you so much for being here. I hope you all have a really great week. And thank you so much for watching.